Stretching for a bulging disc or herniated disc symptoms like low back pain and tightness can feel good, but actually cause more damage. This video, we're going to talk about why that is, and I'm going to share some exercises that'll really help. Yo, what's up? It's Coach E here from Precision Movement, and today I'm answering a question that I got from one of my subscribers, Brandon, who said, I hear that flexion for back pain is bad, but why does it feel so good? Okay, and this is a great question, and it's actually a common situation I encounter when I talk to people with back pain. I ask them, okay, what do you do for your back pain? Oftentimes, more often than not, people are, I do some stretches, I twist my back like this, or I touch my toes. That's what I do, and that feels really good, okay? Now, this can be bad for most people's back pain because the most common type of back pain is called flexion-related back pain. And I'm gonna show you a quick test to see if you have flexion or its opposite, extension-related back pain, okay? We'll do that after. But to answer the question, why does it feel so good? Well, if you've got disc problems like a bulging disc or a herniated disc, that's damage to the intervertebral discs, which are in between each vertebrae in the spine, okay? So there's gonna be like 32 of them in the spine. Now, when those discs get damaged, what happens is the muscles contract and tighten up because they want to prevent movement. Your neuromuscular system wants to prevent further movement so that no more damage occurs. It's smart, okay? It's trying to keep you injury-free. However, when you stretch them, you're stretching out those muscles that are tightened up, so it feels good because they're loosening up. And when you stretch, you do static stretches and hold for 30 seconds or a minute. You're shutting off something called the myotatic stretch reflex. Okay, and this reflex exists to prevent muscle tears. And what it does is when a muscle gets stretched too much, this reflex kicks in to contract the muscles to make sure that nothing gets torn. Okay, so it's something that helps us prevent injury. But when we do static stretches, it shuts that off, and then the muscles loosens up, and that causes that feeling of relaxation and feeling good. The problem is if we're doing stretches for, say, loosening up the lumbar extensors that tighten up with low back pain, if we have flexion-related back pain, that's going to cause further damage to the discs. So it's like a vicious cycle. You'll do the stretches, you'll feel good for a couple hours until the reflex kicks back in, then you'll feel that pain, but you're causing more damage to the disc. So the muscles are going to get tighter and tighter and tighter, and there's going to be more damage the more stretching you do until you're walking around, or you're not even walking around anymore, you're moving around in a wheelchair. Okay, it can get that severe. All right? So the other thing that happens with the herniated disc is that we're not feeling pain because of damage to the disc. We're feeling referred pain, whether it's the muscles contracting, and because they're contracting all the time, they might be spasming, or they might not be resting, which is basically like doing a workout where you never recover. You never rest and recover. Okay, the muscles just get sore, and that's going to cause prolonged back pain. Okay, so that's one thing that can happen. The other thing that can happen with bulging discs and herniated discs is that the nerves can get compressed. If we lose disc height, or if the disc bulges out and hits on one of the nerves, compresses it, then we're getting referred pain, maybe numbness, maybe weakness through the legs or the feet, and that's another issue that can keep us stuck in that cycle. Okay, so let's move on to the tests now. How do we know if I've got flexion-related back pain or extension-related back pain? And see, these are the two most common types of back pain that people run into. So a couple of quick tests you can do is one, sit on a bench or a chair that's really stable, and you're gonna get into the flex position. So flex your spine as much as you can. Okay, let me show you. Flex your spine as much as you can here, round it out. Okay, look down, and you're just gonna grab onto the bench. And then in this flex position, you're gonna pull yourself down more into the bench, okay? And if this triggers pain, then you know you've got flexion-related back pain. It's likely that you have flexion-related back pain. Number two, the second test for extension is the opposite. You get into hyperextension, so really extend the lumbar spine, thoracic spine, okay? Might have to put your hands behind you here, jam your feet, and then pull down. We're causing compression force in that extend position, and if that elicits your low back pain, you're gonna get a trigger or a flare up, then you know, okay, I'm more likely extension-related back pain. Okay, so if you've got flexion-related back pain, if you've got a flexion problem, the extension movement test is likely not gonna hurt as much as the flexion test. Okay, so those are two quick tests that you can use to determine if you've got more flexion-related or extension-related low back pain. Okay, now we're gonna talk flexion-related low back pain because that's the most common one that most people have because of the posture sitting. We're rounding our lumbar spines. Okay, we're not maintaining neutral. We've got weak core muscles. We're not able to keep that stability, so the discs get damaged posteriorly. What can we do with that? Extension exercises are great if you've got flexion-related low back pain. The most simple one is the press up. Okay, the Mackenzie press up, it's very common in physiotherapy. You just lie on your stomach, you relax the back muscles, and you push up with your arms only, okay? And we're putting our spine into extension. And what that's gonna do, you can do anywhere from 10 reps, around 10 reps. What that's gonna do is gonna push the disc back into place. So if you've got flexion-related back pain, the posterior aspect of the disc is damaged. When we extend, it pushes it back into place, essentially. The nucleus pushes it back in, okay? That's if you have flexion-related low back pain, okay? And I've got a video called the low back pain damage control routine where I show that exercise and I show 3 more exercises to stabilize the core in that area to shut off that neuromuscular reflex without dealing with and affecting the myotatic stretch reflex, which can cause more damage, okay? So check out that routine if you've got flexion-related low back pain, okay? And even if you don't, if you've got extension-related low back pain, just leave out the extension exercise and instead doing toe touches, okay? Just stretching, just relaxing down and slouching, rounding your low back is gonna be helpful because that's gonna restore the discs to neutral. All right, so hopefully that helps answer your question, Brandon. That's why stretching feels so good, but you don't want to do it because it's going to cause long-term damage. And extension, it actually might feel bad. It might cause some pain because we're altering the disc again, okay? But if you go slowly, you progress through, like I show in the low back pain damage control routine, then you're going to get back to normal a lot quicker, and you're not going to be stuck in that vicious cycle of pain, stretch, pain, stretch. All right, so that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope that helps you out. And if you want more on eliminating pain, healing and preventing injuries, and improving mobility, make sure you check out precisionmovement.coach and you subscribe to this channel. All right, see you next time. Peace.